Are we good? Let me set up Twitch, blah, blah, blah. Let me check in with everybody. Okay, we did it. We're good. Oh man. Sorry gang. Sorry about that. Wow. I was stuck in the wall. I was in another dimension. I'm sorry everyone. I hope I didn't lose too many listeners, viewers. I hope you didn't. God damn, our attention spans in 2023. I may have lost you entirely. And for that, I apologize. Thank you for the people who came back, who stuck around. Listen, I'll be straight up with you. The only straight part of me coming up. I just woke up. I woke up at 6:35 from a satisfying nap, and I am just waking up now, and there's gonna be growing pains. I discovered that I thought it was all a dream, and I thought I was stuck in a brick wall for a second, and it was nuts. It was bananas. I was It's better than getting stuck in a straw wall or a wall made of sticks. You know what I'm talking about? Let me gain my bearings. So, fun fact, I turns out that my camera, I'm going to speak directly to you into the camera. I'm sorry. Turns out it wasn't even plugged in. I restarted my computer, and while I was rummaging around, oh yeah, whoops, it's because I moved it up. There we go. That's where it should be, right? Yeah. Okay. We're good now, right? Yeah, okay. Well, this is episode 3, and we were bound to hit a snag at some point. I just didn't figure it would be the ultimate humiliation. But I've been humiliated before, and I don't expect that this will be the last time. When you work in the comedy industry, humiliation seems to be part of the game. And I don't have a kink for it. I promise you that. Otherwise, I would just be coming. I would be like Arnold. I go to the gym and I'm coming, and then I come home and I have sex with my wife and I'm coming. Do you guys remember that movie, Pumping Iron? Hands up, all the trans femmes out there who used to be broy gym dudes. Hands up if you saw Pumping Iron way back when. And how many of you really liked that movie? It was a documentary following mostly Arnold in his prime, in his bodybuilding prime, before he was a big movie star. Yeah. See, I'm waiting for the quotes to come into the chat. That he was so quotable in that movie. It's no wonder he became such a star. He's just so compelling and hilarious in that movie. And it's young Arnold, and he's jacked as shit, and I think he's about to win his 7th in a row Mr. Universe or something like that. And he smokes a cigar in a swimming pool, I think. And I think they ask him, they're like, what do you drink to get buff? And he's like, I drink beer. And they're like, you don't drink milk for calcium or to help your bones or for health? And he was like, milk is for babies. That's a good quote. He says the coming thing. I go to the gym. Every time I get a pump, it's like I'm coming. And so I go to the gym and I get my pump and I'm coming. And then I go home and I have sex with my wife and I'm coming. And I'm just coming here. I'm coming there. I'm coming all the time. I don't know if this is sinking to a new low, if doing Arnold voice is a cheap trick for a comedian, and I was gonna apologize, but I won't, and I'll tell you why. Because Listen, I see so much shit, as I'm sure you guys do, about the whole like comedy is dead. You're not allowed to say anything anymore. Um, that whole bullshit thing, which is incredibly untrue and just history repeating itself. Trust me. As long as comedy has been a thing, there have been people who are saying you can't joke about anything anymore. I'm sure there were cavemen drawing pictures of like cattle on a wall, and somebody was like, "You can't draw a picture of cattle," and somebody was like, "Well, comedy is dead. If we can't draw pictures of our cattle on the wall, then you know what's next." People have been complaining about comedy being dead since the dawn of fucking man. So, but I will say this: people who are like, we are entering the worst era of comedy don't remember there was a solid 5 years in the early 2000s where all comedy was Arnold impersonations. That's all it was. If you grew up in the same generation that I did, where you had like Kazaa and Napster and all that shit, there was a solid 5 year period where Arnold style soundboards and prank phone calls to places doing it. If you had a good Arnold impression, you were da bomb. And so there were so many Kazaa things I would listen to of somebody calling a pizza shop or a hotel or something and being like, "Yes, hello, I would like to." It never even needed to be clever or witty. That was just comedy for 5 years. So every time somebody's like, "I'm so worried about the state of comedy, and I worry about where this will all lead. I think comedy is dead." I'm like, trust me, we survived the Arnold years. I think comedy will be fine. I think that was the closest we ever got to killing it entirely. It almost died. Ah, listen, the blinds in my place, dude, I tell ya, I ordered these blinds that said they were a certain dimension, and I measured my window, and it fit perfectly, but I didn't realize to not account for, since curtains fold a little bit, it's not taut. It doesn't cover the entire window, and it always leaves a little sliver on the side. And look at this beam of fucking angel dust. You know what I mean? Have I died and I'm being beckoned to the heavens? What is this shit? This is blinding, and it's just this big. Fuck off. It's still early, but I think DJ Shannon K won chat today with the Impressionegger post. Yeah. Arnold Impressionegger. So close to being a slur, by the way. I'm not saying it is, but pretty close. Watch out. Don't get me banned, That it was one vowel away from being a terrible, terrible, awful thing that would have destroyed this entire channel, and me with it. Or I guess the opposite thing. It would have destroyed me and the transverse along with it. So, we got away with one there. What else can I listen? I got it. Yo, let's talk name changes. Anybody else going through a name change process or considering it? I am currently in, shall I say, embroiled. I love embroiled. Let's go with embroiled. I'm embroiled in a name change situation where I'm considering different names. I'm renaming myself. I am deciding what is significant to me. I'm deciding who I want to involve in the process. I know the final decision is my own in the end. And I take that very seriously, but at the same time, I'm the most indecisive person in the world. If you gave me the train dilemma where I'm supposed to flip a switch to either kill one person or let the train continue on to kill the 5, I would probably end up killing the 5, but not out of a decision. I would just stand there, or I would pull the lever maybe halfway and be like, is this gonna do anything? Just half? Can I get away with half? And maybe that would work because the train would just jank along at the intersection and I don't know, fly into a children's hospital. I'm so indecisive is my point. And that's why I want to involve people in the decision. That's why I'm counting on asking around and seeing who is going to. I need to turn on this fan. This beam of light is killing me. I want to get people involved. I want to get my parents involved because, long story short, whereas my mom was pretty brutal when I came out. I won't get into it, but like, I had considered cutting certain people out of my life at one point, but she has come so fucking far in the past 2 years, and she is such an ally. I'm not saying any of this to brag. I hope that I hope you've all found your, whether chosen family or your default family. I hope that you feel supported. I'm lucky enough that the people who initially were cruel to me have all really proven themselves to be unconditional, and my mom is one of those people. And so I kind of want to honor her by bringing her into the process. And so, you know, the names that she's picking I like, which I'm lucky about. Because I was thinking if she gave me like Helga or Gertrude or Bertha, can you imagine? I pivoted and rebranded into Bertha Val. I mean, it's kind of like a play on words, birth of Val. Yeah, I guess that's okay. But Bertha Val, you know what I mean? When you bring other people into the decision, you are Bertha Unleashed. When you bring people in to the decision, you're it's a vulnerable experience, but that goes both ways. If they give you a shitty suggestion, you have to shut them down. You can't humor shit names. This is a very important decision. I'm not about to be Bertha Val just because my mom wants me to be, but she's picking good, solid names. So feel free to sound off in the chat if you think I would make a good Ava. Has been a suggestion. That's an easy sort of switch over from Alval. It would mean rebranding. That's the other thing. And I don't even know if I want to at this point. You know, I'm not famous by any fucking means, but like, what a pain in the ass it would be to change names. I could just go by Ava, a moniker. You know, I'm kind of waiting for a sign from maybe the Lord himself is going to come through the window and please tell everyone from here on out that you've chosen Bertha. Then go with what you actually want. It would be hilarious. Okay, well, let's change the logo. Transverse, I'm talking directly to you. Streamer's tan. I just have like an orange side of my face. Like it looks like I did my face paint for a Knicks game. Yeah, transverse. Here, I'll just back up. Transverse. Make it so. Change the logo down here into Bertha Unleashed. Do it, Emily. Okay, well, you know, okay, Emily. All right. I was just gonna refer to the company, you know? Call it this big conglomerate. Make it so. If you have a second, change it to Bertha Unleashed. Because today we're gonna unleash Bertha. And everybody is saying that I need to take different names for a test drive. And I agree with that. I appreciate that. People are saying, you know, when you go to Starbucks, I don't drink coffee, so this would never happen. But they're like, in innocuous short exchanges with strangers in which they ask for your name, just take one for a spin. Take one for a spin. So if you don't watch out, I might use Bertha for the whole week. At least I'm going to use it for this stream. So for the purposes of the rest of this stream, I'm Bertha, and I will refer to myself as such. And we'll see if it fits. I'd better not. It had better not grow on me. I'm not even gonna give it a chance. Where are the origins of Bertha, anyways? If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take a look. Bertha name origins. Assassin's Creed origins. Bertha is a female Germanic name. Of course it is. From Old High German Berth. They switched the H and the T. Bertha, meaning bright one. It was usually a short form of Anglo-Saxon names Bertha. Hey, I'm pronouncing it phonetically, meaning bright gift, or Bertwin, meaning bright joy. Oh, well, that's cute, though. That's cute. Dr. Zen Media. Dr. Ezen Media, hi. So, Bertha, you know what? I might take everything that I said back about the name Bertha. You know? Because it means bright joy. Or what is it, bright? It just basically means bright. Bright one. And, you know, in terms of brightness, if we're talking, you know, intelligence and intellect and wisdom, I don't want to go that far. I don't want to be the one to call myself bright as in intelligent, because that's all relative, number one. And number two, we all think we're so smart. And if everybody thinks they're so smart, then the average wouldn't make sense for normal distribution and averages. Some of us have to be average. Some of us have to be below average. And you know what? I'm perfectly okay with admitting, see, right there, I'm perfectly okay with admitting that I am part of the bottom 50%. I'll take it, whatever. Even if it's not statistically true, and even if, you know, even if I belong in the upper echelons of the intellectual elite, and my IQ is 275, I'll just say I'll be the one to occupy the bottom half, at least, you know, representationally. How's that? Yes, I just admitted that I was a bottom. That's coded language for you. Except now I'm kind of giving up the game. Hey, true story, my fuck machine is right there behind the bed. Is that true, or did I just make that up? Uh-oh. There you are. It's a good thing this microphone isn't so sensitive, or you'd hear it go over there. And it makes that noise because it's made of wood. And Paul Bunyan built my sex toy for me. Thanks, Paul. Hey, no problem. See, there he is over there on my bed. I also call Paul Bunyan my fuck machine. Isn't that right, Paul? Hell yeah. And I'll do it again. Why haven't you left yet? Cab money is on the bedstand. You know what I mean? That was like a little sketch. Dr. Ezen Media, welcome. Speaking of intelligence, Dr. Ezen Media, of course, is here with us today and will likely regale us with tales from the operating room. So, can't wait for that. That'll be a segment where I put one of my audience members, somebody in the chat, on the spot, and I'm going to just make up shit about you. And you're gonna have to take it, huh? Yeah, picking a name. That's just, it's on the top of my head. And me being Bertha, of course, it's on the top of Bertha's head. What if you changed your name but also started referring to yourself as in third person? Is that part of the recommendations? You know what I mean? How far am I supposed to go with it? Like, if I start referring to myself in the third person just to like practice the name, then I've become obnoxious and people are going to be like, no, don't do that. But I think I wanna, just cause it's funny. I think I'm just gonna go around to be, cause I don't go to Starbucks. There's no instance where I would have a barista call for Bertha 2 mocha latte pumpkin frappuccino double espresso shot of soy milk for Bertha or Bartha. They would probably get it wrong still. Yeah, see, what if I tried to give my new name to Starbucks employee, and I'm like, I don't drink coffee, but I'm gonna pay for a coffee just to hear somebody say it. And what if they fucking mispronounce it? You know what I mean? What a waste of $15. I paid for this fucking coffee, you know? Bertha hates transphobes. Bertha wants a venti macchiato. Yes, I think I'm gonna voice train the opposite direction and make my voice go lower for that. I'm gonna hyper masculinize. Bertha wants smokes. You know? I've been sanctioned. Oh, Dr. Eason speaks. Everyone shut up. I've been sanctioned in 43 states and 36 countries for ripping off insurance companies because insurance companies rip everybody off. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Go Dr. Eason. And also your media. Should I tell this story? I'm trying to separate my material between all the other things I do. Quick shout out to Podgus, my podcast, which is available everywhere podcasts are. But also next week, we're going to fucking video. So if you like looking at my silly bobbin head and you love the way I punctuate my words and the way I gesticulate and express myself, then you're in luck because we're going to fucking video next week. Yeehaw! Anyways, sorry to cross promote. That's what Bertha does. Bertha do what Bertha do. Hey, there it is. Bertha Unleashed. You can follow me at Val Comedy, by the way. We don't have enough time to change that. Nor would I really want to. Look, I'm Bertha Unleashed now. Ta-da! Just for today. You'd better fucking, Emily, you'd better goddamn change this shit at the end. I don't want to be Bertha for longer than half an hour. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Bertha Unleashed. It's me, Bertha. The most femme person in the world. Bertha just had an espresso macchiato with double entendre in my venti cup. Ah! That's making me parched. Bertha is parched. And with that, I have just cut into the news show after this. So if you were expecting a long, insightful, thorough news program, guess what? I just distracted Emily and with this whole name change business, and now you're getting 20 minutes less news. You're fucking welcome. And we did it for the bit, and I'm going to speak on Emily's behalf and say that neither of us regrets this. Neither of us. Looking dead into my fucking eyes. We don't regret this, not for 1 second. You know what? Just to stand by my, not for 1 second, just to stand by my point, maybe I'll go by Bertha in the next episode. It'll be hard to keep track. So anyways, I'm considering Ava as one of my names. I'm considering Lila as another one because I really like that Oasis song. Hey, Lila, the stars about to fall. So what you say? I think that song is really cool. It's got very galactic lyrics. And you know, this is the other thing, trans friends of mine. People keep telling me that you'll know when you hear it, whether it's when you hear it for the first time or when you hear somebody call you it for the first time, you'll know deep in your heart you will have an epiphany. And I think that's horseshit. And I think we need to stop telling people that, especially people like me, overthinkers and indecisive people, to just wait around for a sign. No, I need to deliberate these things until I need to lose sleep. I need to drive myself crazy. I need to joke about it. It needs to be just funny enough that I can derive material from it, but not so funny that it's back to grade fucking 3 again, and people are mocking me for my goddamn name. I'll tell you what my dead name is. I have no problems. I'm named after my dad, and my dad's name is Algis, Algis. And so growing up, people would be like, haha, algae, you're like a bacteria. And when you're a kid, it doesn't matter what people say about your name. If they're making fun of you, you're offended, you're insulted. So people would be like, algae, you're like a bacteria. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm not a bacteria. I'm a complex multicellular organism. I'm a biped, you know? Except I was grade 3. So I didn't have the kind of sophisticated language that I do now. And I probably would have been like, I'm not a bacteria. Stop it. I don't even know what that is. You know? See, but if I named myself Bertha, I'd get ripped on incessantly. Incessantly. I don't want that smoke. But also Bertha is growing on me. Why does everybody think that it's just gonna come to me? Yeah, just make one. I agree, doctor. See, the good doctor gave me some advice, and I ought to take it. Why does everybody think that it's gonna happen in some magical dream where a giant pelican scoops me up? A pelican of the gods with a wreath crown will just fly down and scoop me up gently into its mouth and fly me to the heavens, and it'll be spelt in an array of stars. And I'll wake up in a cold sweat and be like, you know, like a Japanimation character who just found out somebody's power levels. I'm gonna wake up and go, and I'm gonna know that's not how it works. Why not a whale? It's my fantasy, doctor. Let me have a pelican if I goddamn want one. It's a pelican. Are we allowed saying spirit animals? Is that no longer a thing? What if the pelican was my white version of a spirit animal? You know? Pelicans are cool with their big jowls. Glug, glug, glug. I would want either a pelican or a turkey to represent me in the animal wild, because they have the gullet, the warbly thing. Glug, 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 glug. Inner beast, let's go with that. My inner beast is a fucking pelican. No, my serious answer, I want an otter, because otters are fun and playful and cute, you know? That's really the only reason. But I'd probably be a pelican because I'm this obnoxious, clumsy bird that runs into shit and with a big fucking mouth. Fuck. I guess Bertha's a pelican. I guess we found out today what my inner beast was, and it's a pelican. Well, thanks for helping me, everybody. Yeah, I shouldn't talk shit. Pelicans are beautiful. Can we get an image of a pelican up here? Just right up here. Emily, can you do that? No? Ah, shit. Crumb. Ah, crumb. Isn't it fun? I'm gonna try not swearing anymore. Bertha? Yes, but no. Oh, so you can do it, but you don't want to do it. Got it. Got it. Okay, all right. That, I'm super powerful, feels like a vague threat. And so I'm gonna clock that, and I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it too hard. Yeah, go prep for your show. Stop watching me. The news needs to happen. We need the news. We don't need this tomfunculating, this tomfoolery. Get going. Muted. Okay, good. You can't mute the goddamn pelican. Ain't nothing muting the goddamn pelican. I'm motherfucking Bertha. Do you have any idea who I am? I'm motherfucking Bertha. But anyways, I'm gonna tell this story real quick while we're on the subject of names. And then I'll move on about the name thing. I'm counting on this being entertaining because it's a big decision. as I'm sure you all know, it's a profound decision picking a new name, and there's a lot that's involved. And of course, I'm a comedian, so like stage name and branding is a silly thing to take into consideration, but nonetheless, it factors in. I have to think about it, right? I have to think about my name. As you can see, vocal training only works when I do a caricature. Is that the case for anybody else? How can I sound feminine in a way that doesn't sound like a mockery? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Val's. Nope. Welcome to Bertha Unleashed. Here we go. That's obnoxious, you know? Do I want to be that kind of Bertha? Maybe full rebrand. My mom had picked a name, and I've loved it since childhood. I did consider others because it's a big decision. But in the end, logic didn't matter. See, I wish I could think like that. And I commend you for it, and I applaud you for that. But I just can't. I can't. It's never simple. Things are never simple up here with me. And I just have to agonize and stress over things until I have a mental breakdown about it. So maybe that'll be the sign. When I have a mental breakdown, then I will be on the lookout for profound signs. A performer's name needs to have a ring to it, I agree. Which is why I wonder, it's audacious as fuck and pretty cocky to go by a moniker. You know, a single name. So if I changed, you drew a pelican for me, please, if you're on any kind of social media, I don't know, take a picture and tweet it at me at Val Comedy. Soon to be Bertha Comedy, I guess. But like, take a picture of it and tweet it. I guess you can't post pictures in the chat, but tweet it at me. I'll retweet it. That's so fun and cute. Hell yeah. I guess the pelican is the thing now for me. Oh, fuck. I want something more graceful, but I guess the pelican is appropriate. I should stop talking shit about the pelican. If it belongs to me, it belongs to me, you know? Like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan by any means. I think it's lame. Sorry, everybody. But the whole Patronus thing, I don't remember in the books if somebody had a Patronus that was embarrassing to them or that they didn't like. But what if your Patronus you found out was like a slug? What if you cast the spell and it was like, congratulations, your Patronus is a fucking slug? You know? That would be pretty embarrassing. Especially when you're surrounded by your friends and they're like, hiya! And one of them's got like a polar bear and one of them goes, Patronus Excelsior or whatever the fucking spell is. Tweedledee! I have a magical wand! And then they cast and it's like a fucking lion! Whoa, badass! And then you're like, my turn! And you cast it and it's a fucking slug. That would be like belonging to the Power Rangers and you're like the 6th Power Ranger. And, you know, you got and everybody goes, it's time for the Megazord. And then they do the Power Ranger thing. And you got the arms, the head, the torso, the legs, and like the last, and then you end up being the nose, you know? Or I mean, the cock seems like an obvious choice, but at least you get to come. And then I go to the Megazord and I'm coming. And then I Mighty Morph into a Power Ranger and then I'm coming. And then I go to work and I'm coming. And then I fight evil villain Rita Repulsa. And she makes her monsters grow. And then I morph a Megazord into the cock on the Megazord. And then I'm coming. Wow, Harry, your Patronus's apathy and doing what you're told when you're told, and never taking any initiative. No wonder you're the protagonist. We're taking digs at Harry Potter. If y'all want to join me on this, then let's fucking go. Let's take digs at Harry motherfucking Potter. We're doing it. Today is the Trash Harry Potter day. Bertha is unleashed. Because let me tell you, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, you have every right to defend yourself. But I don't want this to sound like it's coming from any sort of the cool kid in school bullying, punching down perspective, but Harry Potter is dorky as shit. And as long as people who, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, why? Yeah, you know, I can't. I we won't get into the politics of it all in the J.K. fucking. I almost said J.K. Simmons. Can you imagine if J.K. Simmons was the biggest TERF? That'd be pretty disappointing. I love that guy. But you know, I have a friend who doesn't like Star Wars, thinks it's silly, loves Lord of the Rings, and loves Harry Potter. And I don't know how right this is, and maybe I was just doing it just to like get her goat, which is her Patronus is a goat, and I was trying to get it, and I was like, well, how come fantasy elements of those two work for you, and then the third you're just like, no, that's stupid. It's like, out of the three of them, Harry Potter is the dumbest one, with so many contradictions to the rules. And so many, the witching and wizarding world, the fact that they can hide this entire thing from fucking muggles. And muggles are just a bunch of idiots walking around bumping into shit like, oh, did that guy just run and vanish into a wall on this train platform? Well, whatever. And then it goes and fucking eats a banana and throws it in the recycling bin. Because he's an idiot. Maybe I'm missing details. Maybe I'm misremembering Harry Potter. But there was so much that I would read and be like, there is so much exceptionalism baked into just the way you're born. You know what I mean? You're exceptional because you were lucky enough to be born a wizard, and everyone else is a chump. And the only way to be excellent is to be born special and to fucking kill a guy who tried casting a spell on you and gave you a fucking scar on your head. I feel almost out of my league talking about this because it's been a very long time since I engaged with anything Harry Potter. But if I see somebody in a robe, I'm sorry, I was never a jock, I was never a bully, but if I see you wearing a robe, I'm going to reach right up under that thing, I'm going to grab your underwear, and I'm going to yank it as high as I possibly can. I am going to jersey you with your Harry Potter robe and give you a couple shots like I'm a fucking hockey player. We're gonna duke it out. I'm gonna jersey you with your robe, and we're gonna fight like Felix Potvin and Ron Hextall of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Philadelphia Flyers in the year 1995 or whatever that was. What a reference. I would be shocked if anybody got that reference at all. That's a very Canadian hockey reference. I guess it's NHL, but it's a very Toronto reference, I guess. Hard T, Toronto. Fun fact, if anybody in the chat here isn't from Canada or Toronto, that's how us locals pronounce it. So if you want to pretend to be a Torontonian, don't pronounce the second T. That's an N, another N. You gotta say Toronto. The more you know. I was 10 in 95. I didn't know what hockey was. In Canada, you're born with a stick in hand. Before they determine your gender in the delivery room, they hand you a hockey stick, and depending on which way you hold it as a baby, they're like, "Oh, she's a lefty," and everyone goes, "Yay!" When you're born in Canada, they determine firstly whether you shoot left or right with your hockey stick, and then they announce your gender. Is that a thing? There's something funny in there. Clip it, Emily. I know you put me on mute. Unmute fucking Bertha, and let's go. Clip that little thing, because that was funny. If you're ambidextrous, do you put a stick in each hand? No, you just shove the stick into your mouth. And everyone goes, "It's bisexual." It's a very Canadian tradition. I don't know. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me whence. But that's just how Sometimes the universe be like it do, and it do like it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I got an air fryer today. I'm gonna take a casual sip of my water, and I'm gonna let that sink in, bitches. I got a motherfucking air dryer today. She's living the high life. I've entered the 1%. Is that how it works? You get an air fryer and you're in the 1%. And I made chicken and it was really hard. And I think I overcooked it. Some people were like, you can't overcook things in an air fryer. And that can't be true. That's suspicious to me. Air fryers are cool. I once made salmon in it. It came out pretty good. My wife made beef jerky. Oh, beef jerky could be fun. The only two Canadians I know in the Eugene area go to the ice rink to play hockey. And they do. The Eugene area? Like Eugene Levy? Canadian icon Eugene Levy? Is there an area named after him that I was unaware of? Where? Toronto? No. What? So yeah, gonna figure out this air fryer situation because I may have overcooked. Look, in the picture, it has little it has a picture of like breaded chicken. So okay, let me tease this out. Call me stupid. This is Bertha coming. I told you guys that I belonged in the bottom half of the intelligence normally distributed chart. Okay? So forgive the ignorance in what I'm about to say. But there's a picture on the box of some breaded chicken. And I realize now, I feel like you would have to like roll it around in egg and breadcrumbs. You would have to like, you know, crust it. Crust it? What's the word? You would have to bread it. I literally said breadcrumbs. I was like, what's the word for crusting? It's bread crusting. No, you have to bread it. So I just kind of figured it out just now. This is therapeutic to me. I'll talk my issues out, and your silence in the chat makes me feel very self-conscious. I feel like an idiot, and maybe rightfully so. I have been made out to feel silly, but at least we got here. At least we figured it out, and now I know how to make fried chicken. Okay? And that's all I'm gonna do. I was hoping for chicken fingers, but I just made like really dry chicken in strips. I made really dry chicken strips, and they were fine. I threw some buffalo sauce on there, a little blue cheese. I don't know why I expected it would magically bread the chicken too. I hear air fryer, and I just imagine it'll come out fried. Is that so wrong? I'm an idiot. I don't think like a normal person, you know? This is one of those occasions where I realize my brain just works a bit differently. Oh boy. What else? I guess I got 10 minutes. 10 minutes left. I haven't done a segment yet. And there's always been... Thank you, Winter Vespers. That's cute. I appreciate it. There's always been chicken fingers, but if they were chicken toes, would they be the equivalent of tater tots? That's an interesting question, Doctor. Are you a doctor of philosophy? Because you could be with a question like that. Let's dissect. Would they be the equivalent of tater tots? I would presume not, because tater tots are made of tater. Potater, for short. People eat chicken feet, so I assume they'd be those. Yeah, you don't see it often, but I could swear it's a delicacy. You would think people would eat chicken feet and toes a lot more often, or you would just see it. It would just be more ubiquitous. How come we don't? How come we don't see chicken feet, more chicken feet? What a travesty. Potato is longer than tater. Not if you say it faster. I could say tater, and I could say potato, and see that's shorter. So got you there. No, they're mostly cartilage and bone, so they're mostly used for soups. That would make sense. That would make sense. Doctor of many sciences, master of none. Well, I hope you get there, baby. You gotta work those 10,000 hours. What's taters, my precious? Potaters. God damn it, they're potaters. I'm not owned. I repeat, backing into the corner, crying as I shank into a corn cob. Oh no. What have I done? I want to build up my chat. I don't want to tear them down. Listen, I'm going to pull my shoulders so far back for this. Look, it's an optical illusion. It looks like I have really small shoulders, when in reality, I've glued my elbows behind my back. Gluing my elbows together. Listen, chat, you're all clever and engaging, and you're all sweet and beautiful and wonderful little baby angels, and fucking sound off in the chat what your inner beast is. Let's hear it. Tell me what your inner beast is, what your fucking Patronus is if you're a nerd, or or whatever. What is the animal that represents you, and why? Mine's a bear. Patronus is kicking Harry's ass. My Patronus is kicking Harry's ass. Yeah, I want my Patronus to eat his, because his was like a deer, right? So I would have like a prairie lion, an African prairie lion. My Patronus was a badger. Why was? What happened? Harry became a magic cop. He gets his ass kicked. Oh, yeah. Harry, gotta love that. Harry turns into a fucking narc in the end. Hey, thanks for saving the world. Now go beat up on some black witches and wizards. Join the worst system in the world. What was I gonna do? There was one more thing I wanted to do. My inner beast is a waffle? That sounds delicious. Can you eat your own Patronus? These are the important questions, people. If you were to summon a waffle, for example, or a succulent pig that's roasted, I like my Patronus with salt and lime. Yeah. I like mine with a little buffalo blue cheese dip. I'll point my magic wand right into a spaghetti bowl and be like, fettuccine Alfredo, because that sounds like a spell. What if you, in the witching and wizarding world, this is a interesting question. In the witching / wizarding world of Harry Potter, what if you accidentally said some non-witching wizarding language and your wand thought it was a spell? For example, fettuccine Alfredo. What if you were waving your wand around, just doing whatever, and you yelled fettuccine Alfredo, and then a whole bunch of noodles came out of, a whole bunch of creamy noodles just started flying all over the place? Is that a thing? If you accidentally say things in Italian or Spanish while you're waving your wand around, would you cast a spell by accident? Somebody go ask a Harry Potter expert. Let's get J.K. Rowling on here. I don't care. I'll fucking talk to her ass. Bring her in. I'll talk to her in person. She can misgender me all she wants. I just want to know the answer to this question. Can you imagine I suffered all this abuse at the hands of JK and her fans just so I could get close enough to her to ask, hey, if I waved my wand and yelled fettuccine Alfredo, would noodles come out of it? And then she would be like, very interesting question, young man. And I would be like, yeah, okay, all right, get your shots in, but like, please, I beg you, answer my goddamn question, you know? Well, fuck, we're like 5 minutes out until the news. And so if some of you are tuning in just to watch the news, hi, I'm Val. And I'm Bertha today. Sorry, I almost forgot. We're doing a little name changey thing, trying something on. Tonight, I am Bertha, but I'm Val Comedy otherwise. Oh, fuck, I'll master this pointing thing. There we go. Imagine a restaurant with no menu, no dishes, no silverware, no tables. In short, the restaurant is the meal. You eat the restaurant. A crew comes in to prep in the morning, advertises what's cooking on social, and people line up for a neighborhood buffet. Just imagine, doctor. Send me that. I want pictures of Spider-Man. Except send me pictures of a pelican. Talking about, we're bringing it all together. Everything that I talked about. J.K. Simmons banging on his desk. Get me pictures of the pelican. And send those to my Twitter. In the meantime, I'm going to consider name changes. Either Ava or Lila, perhaps. And we'll see what else there is. Somebody floated Hope in my direction. I like Hope. Hope is cute. Bertha grew on me. It might stay Bertha, which means bright light. Bright one. So, you know, I'm pretty spunky. I'm not very sharp, as you guys found out from my assumptions about what an air fryer does. But whatever. Check it out. Listen to my podcast, Podgis. Follow me on all my socials. Boom. Getting better at pointing. Right there. My name is Val, aka Bertha. I've been unleashed, and now it's time to leash up again and go play on my fuck machine, which is just over there. And it's made of wood. And I built it in a farm in the woods outside of Toronto. It's over there. All right, enjoy the news. Have a good time. Have a good week. If you're a good person, have a good week. If you're a bad person, I don't know, work on yourself maybe a little bit. And we'll see you next week. Keep tuning in, man, and share and tell people about this show so that we can all have a good time every Monday night and reconvene and just chit-chat and have a blast. I adore you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following me. Thank you to the Transverse. Thank you to the mods for doing such a fine job. You all rock. And so does this color. Get the fuck out of here, right? Matches my eyes. Ding. Okay. Peace. Bye. Oh, if you live in Toronto, if you live in the Toronto area, next week, April 20th to 23rd, I'm performing at Absolute Comedy. I'm going to be there all weekend, so come catch some shows, dude, baby. Dink, 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 wink, wink. All right, that's it. My name is Bertha. Bye.